Hello and welcome to Spicy Toast Gaming and our Jack's Guide for Path of Champions. If you enjoy the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. We are just starting out here on YouTube and we are trying to grow the channel, so any help will be greatly appreciated. Alright, let's get into it. So we're going to start with just an overview of the champion so you can know whether or not this is a champion that you think would be for you. So we do a pro, con, and mixed. So the mixed is some aspect of the champion can be positive or negative based on your own personal preference. I don't want to put it in a positive or negative camp when these are subjective qualities. Normally the mixed are things that are positive to me, but some people just might not like that aspect of the champion. But let's start with the pros. So the first is very versatile. Now I often say that champions are versatile, but Jax is a whole nother level. He's able to use and take advantage of almost any relic you want to put on him. He's very good with just about any power you get in the game. He can make use of most things that you get for him. A lot of champions, they're only good with certain relics, or they're only good with certain powers in game. Jax has a wide repertoire that he can use and take advantage of almost anything. He's a very good just base model that you can upgrade in a large variety of ways. So it's very fun. You can make a lot of different builds with Jax and play out games very differently while still consistently winning. Alright, and the next pro is consistent. So even though Jax games can play out very different, you will consistently be able to win. Consistently win against the hardest opponents, which is very good, definitely something you want on most champions. The next pro is Blitzkrieg. And what I mean by that is Jax is able to win very, very quickly. Especially when Jax has 3 stars and is leveled up. He can win games faster than almost any other champion, especially if you're able to play him on the first turn and attack. Jax can win the game very, very fast. And next is one-man army. So quite often on the higher levels of play, when you have your maxed out Jax with the 3 stars and close to level 30, quite often he's the only unit you need to play. He alone will be able to win the game by himself in like 1 to 2 rounds. So quite often you can just play Jax and have spells to buff him or have him strike the opponent or rally, and he will be able to win the game all by himself. Now he has very good units, but quite often you don't even need to use them when you're playing near maxed out Jax. Alright, next is the randomness factor. So with the ability of being very versatile, he can have games where he goes a lot of different directions, and while that can be nice, it can be frustrating for some people. And then also with his units, their keyword is improvise, and so they make a random piece of equipment from a pool, and so you never know what exactly you're going to get. So that can be very fun for some people, but if you want to be able to play a card and know it's always going to do the same thing, then that can be maybe slightly annoying for some. So it's definitely subjective on whether or not you like that. And next is just the equipment. So some people don't like using equipment, they find it annoying. Other people really like equipment, so that's just based on your personal preference on whether or not you like an equipment-based build, because Jax definitely is focused on that equipment. Alright, next, he is a 2-mana champion, so while you're able to play him on the first round if you have him at 2 stars, and that can be great, that also means he is very squishy. He can easily be killed by a lot of opponents or a lot of spells if you don't have spell shield on him. So you have to be very careful that he doesn't get killed right away. Some people don't like having a champ that's squishy. They want it to be able to more take care of themselves and not have to think about it. So this is, again, positive or negative, based on your own personal preference. Now, the one con to Jax, like most of them, but not all, is that the deck is champion reliant. His cards are good, but Jax is just an insane powerhouse of a champion, so if you don't draw him, you definitely feel it, and you're normally just waiting for a Jax to be drawed so that you can play him and win the game. Alright, that's it for the overview. We're going to jump into the game and take a look at his star powers and what relics you want to equip on him. The star powers for Jax. So the rank 1 star power, Last Light of Acacia. Allies have attack grant me +1. If I'm equipped, also grant my equipment +1. That was the rank 1 version of this. The 2-star is Relentless Assault, +1 starting mana. When the equipped ally dies, draw 1. And then the 3-star is the Last Light rank 2. Allies have attack grant me 1+1. And if I'm equipped, also grant my equipment +2. So this really solidifies the focus of Jax on wanting to attack. So you want to get Scout on your units if possible. You want to get Rally if you can get the item for free attack. These are all things you want to focus on, because attacking with Jax and his units is just going to continue to buff them up, which is very strong. And then the Relentless Assault, since most of Jax's units are on the squishier side, they don't have as big of a health pool, and especially when you just have the rank 1 of Last Light, they're not getting buffed to their health at all. So if they die, you'll still be able to draw 1, so you never really run out of cards. And then when they die, their equipment just goes back into your card pool, but it will go back being slightly buffed from the Last Light of Acacia. So if you use that again, you'll still be able to carry some of those buffs over. Alright, let's go take a look at Relics. So this is what I'm using right now. Having Overwhelm for all of your units is very, very good and lets you win very quickly. So using the Troll King's Crown, or the common one that just lets you start with Overwhelm, is pretty good. I probably won't use the common one since that only affects Jax though, and once Jax levels up he has Overwhelm. Gale Force is very good on Jax, letting you attack twice, and then recalling him at the end of the round is actually quite helpful, because what that does is it will refresh Spell Shield if Jax got hit by a spell. And then if he had to block or lose any health, by recalling and playing him again, he will be full health. And normally you don't want to be blocking with Jax anyways, unless you've been able to get buffed up. So actually recalling him isn't really a negative. And since he's 2 cost, you'll be able to play him every round that you have the attack token. So it's not really much of a detriment. Like I said earlier though, Jax is very versatile. So there's a lot that you can pretty much make use of any relic. Having him strike isn't bad, giving him buffing him, giving him the collector so that he gets gold when he kills people. Pretty much any relic Jax is able to make use of, so definitely play around with all the different relics. This is just the ones that I've found right now to be very strong on him and helps him win the game very, very quickly. Alright, let's go to cards you want to cut. So for Jax, and for most decks, you want to cut any random cards you pick up when you win a combat. Sometimes they'll give you a choice of 3 cards and you just have to choose one of them. Quite often those cards won't actually be that helpful, so normally you want to cut those first, and then you want to cut any of the cards you got from your support champion that aren't really helping you. But as far as Jax starter deck, Merciless Hunter, while it's not bad, this is normally one of the first ones that I end up cutting. It doesn't have any equipment on it, and its base stats are just fine, but normally I would much rather be playing Jax or the Ionian Hookmaster or even the Bloodthirsty Marauder. The Wandering Shepherd I normally cut until you get Phage. It's normally pretty weak without that, so I usually just cut this one until Jax gets higher level. Combat Cook is a little expensive at 4 mana, and normally you'll be ending the game or wanting to be ending it before then. So this is one that you might want to cut, especially if you don't get any other good equipment on this. Alright, that was the Jax Star Powers, Relics, and Cutting Guide. We'll hop back over to the slides and take a look at what in-game powers you want to shoot for with Jax. Jax powers. So these are some of the best powers you want to get for Jax, especially Rally. I would say this is the best power you want to aim for with Jax. All of his units getting that buff when you attack means that attacking more and having Rally is really just the best thing you can go for. So this is the power that I would pretty much always get if you see it. Now, the best defense is also very good for Jax. Since he normally gets buffed to his attack but not his health, this will just give your units a large amount of survivability that they normally wouldn't have. And so that's definitely something you want to shoot for if you see that pop up in game. Alright, next, these are some other very good powers you can get out of the gates. Summoning a 2-cost unit from your deck, that can summon Jax. So since he's 2-cost, you have this, and it might summon Jax from your deck right at the start of the game, and so you can just immediately attack if you have the attack token before they're able to play anything, and this can be very helpful. Also, the other 2-cost from your deck is the Ionian Hookmaster, which is another great card. So this is one very good one you want to get. Now, it is epic, so it's going to be a little bit harder to come by, but if you see this one, it's very good. Both the 2-drops in your deck are some of your strongest cards, if not the strongest, so you want to be definitely getting this if you can. Now, the Craftsman's Favor is very nice. This, since most of your opponents or most of your units have equipment on them, being able to buff them up, especially buffing up Jax, can be very good. A trick you can do with this, if you're using the recall, the Gale Force on Jax, is when Jax is recalled, you can put his equipment on someone else and then buff it up with this Craftsman Favor. And then once you play Jax again, he'll just take his equipment back with the buffs on it, and so he'll be even stronger. Now, Overprepared, just making an equipment in hand. This is very nice for any units you got, whether they're the 2 in your deck that don't have equipment, or if it's one of the support cards that you had to pick up. Giving that the equipment so they can get those buffs from Jax Star Powers is very strong and very helpful. So like I said before, Jax is very versatile. He can make use of just about any power, and it'll help him out. But these 5 that I've shown you are just some of the ones that kind of stand out and are very, very good. One last one that I will mention is giving your units Overwhelm. If you're not using Troll King's Crown to do that from Jax, then having the power that gives everyone Overwhelm is also very, very good. Alright, that wraps up the powers section. Thank you so much for watching this video. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe. We're just starting out here on YouTube, so we're trying to grow this channel. If you liked it, yeah, please like the video and comment what you did like about it. If there's something that you didn't like, definitely comment down below, and I'll be reading through all your comments and just trying to improve the channel. But thank you so much for watching. I hope I see you around the channel, and have a great day.